Hello and welcome to Into the Deep podcast, a space for deep conversations and refined wisdom. I'm your host Boryana Grace, energy mastery and spiritual business mentor. In today's episode, I'm talking about the traps of healing and the need of integration of the past and letting go of old identities, so we step into the expanded and elevated version of ourselves. We are powerful creators. We always create consciously or unconsciously, and that's the magic of life. Initially, we understand that we have a choice, and our choice is powerful. What we focus on, what we believe to be true, becomes our reality. It's a powerful awakening that sets us on a path of seeking and searching. On this path, we are called to release our old identities and step into becoming a more mature, more powerful and integrated human being. It is not easy for the ego as it survives on identities, and often it leads us to many traps that may last for years. I can absolutely confidently say, based on my own experience and observations, dissecting the past is a trap. Focusing on our wounds only reinforces them. The longer we spend on healing and deciphering our past, the more we believe that we are these stories, the more we activate the same frequencies, and the more of the same we create. It is a never-ending journey many people fall into. The only way of ending this cycle is stepping into a new path, a new story, a new identity, a new energy, is through stepping out of it consciously. Only we can choose to break this cycle. We need to see ourselves as powerful creators who came here to be and create consciously. It requires we let go of our former sense of who we are and embrace a new one. It requires we craft our path to feel comfortable with the new sense of us. It requires from us to fully embrace all that we are becoming. It is the process of unfolding more of who we truly are at our core from within, through defeating our fears and releasing the attachments to the you that you knew yourself to be. It's embracing evolution and unpacking the brilliance of your true nature and the gifts encoded in your DNA. It is stepping into more trust and more opening for life. Every next stage is meant to lead us to our most expressed being and eventually become a whole, fully integrated being. When we focus for too long on healing, we get stuck in our shadows. We get stuck in what we are not. Instead of expanding us, this stage of journey contracts us to a small, disempowered version of who we used to be. This happens very often to spiritual seekers. When we focus on our pains and traumas from this empowered place, all unhealed parts of ourselves start to dominate our life. And that leads to a deeper experience of separation from our inner power. Too much focus on healing and digging into the past leads to contraction and further away from uniting with our true selves. I will be clear. There is healing that needs to happen as we go. We get to heal our emotions, so we then change our beliefs about ourselves and the world. We cannot just change our beliefs and everything magically unfolds in a new way. And then when we point our attention to creation, we can see all the choices and opportunities that are presented to us for growth and expansion. There is no expansion without contraction, but there has to be an overall tendency to our expansion. We get to learn how to navigate through these stages. There has to be a dominated feeling of expansion and openness and flow with life. Life calls us to step courageously into the next stage of growth and evolution and self-expression. It requires both action of stepping into our next stage in life and business and relationship and parenthood. It requires us to allow ourselves the unfolding and deepening into our deeper truth, deeper freedom, deeper joy, deeper devotion. We cannot step into our next stage of deep self-knowing, self-expression, and unfolding of our true nature without releasing the old identities, without releasing who we used to know ourselves to be. Every stage of our lives requires we fully integrate the previous one, and then drop our sense of identity, who we defined ourselves to be, and fully embrace what is coming. Stepping into a next level experience of life, deeper meaning, deeper truth, have a price. We give over our old identities, roles, beliefs, behaviors, so they become the soil from which our new life will spring. It is surrendering our past so we open ourselves to an unknown future. We deepen our trust that we will be guided. We deepen our trust in our internal source of wisdom and power that is beyond the capacity of our minds. We get to purify our minds, bodies, and emotions from the past and the old. So we come to the present moment with a pure mind and pure heart, not carrying the burdens and old identities from the previous stages. We get to face all our emotions that linger in our energy field, heal and integrate the experiences connected to them in a new powerful way. A new identity that we are stepping into is not something we figure out and embody with repetition. We accept who we have been in the past and acknowledge all the gifts from the past, and then take them into our hearts. True healing and integration always happen through the heart. This is the true meaning of integration, taking what it was, what it is, into your heart, into love, with love. The integration needs to happen, or it will stay as unfinished business. We will continue having expectations from the past. When we successfully integrate an old identity and successfully close a previous chapter, then we are truly liberated. We are free from the burdens of the past. Then we are liberated to fully embody and be our true self and step into an expanded sense of who we are. We are no longer experiencing ourselves as separated beings searching for our true selves. We are returning to our hearts, our wholeness, to the long searching feeling of coming back home. We step with an open mind, an open heart to who we are becoming. We experience ourselves in silence and calmness. We come back to remember our oneness with creation and to experience ourselves as stewards of our life. We step into our next stage not only with a new identity, but the whole living, breathing experience of who we are. We experience ourselves connected to the unified field of all creations, of the fullness of life. We know there is more than we are here to be and do. This type of knowing that comes from our hearts and bodies and through the mind. There are new frequencies that we activate and fully embody through this process, so we come back with the knowing what we are here to share with others. We come back carrying the gold of the alchemy, transcending the past and becoming who we came here to be. We are constantly growing and evolving, expanding from one identity into the next. We get to fully accept, embody, and integrate one stage to move to the next. We fully accept, embody, integrate who we have been to step into the expanded, most elevated, most purified and refined version of ourselves. If we experience something as not being enough in the past, we get to bring our attention here, heal what needs to be healed, do what needs to be done, say what needs to be said, and come to a completion. You see, when we fail to fully integrate one stage or identity from the past, it makes us feel stuck, being trapped in our shadows, going into circles and replicating unhealed patterns from the past. When we fully integrate the past, we move liberated into what is yet to come. Thank you so much for being here with me today. If you desire to go deeper, I'll be truly honored to support you on this journey. You can directly message me through my Instagram account or my personal page. I'll put all the links in the bio. If you feel inspired or activated, spread the magic and share with family and friends. It means a world to me. I love you. Till the next time.